This isn't just silver, this is my greatest creation. I've never made anything this big before. It's pushed me to my absolute limit. If they fail, then it's like you've got to start all again. This tested my patience, my skills and my sanity. I will be honest and upfront with you now, I did really want to throw the towel in. But in the end, the only thing I quit was playing small. It was a struggle, I'm not going to lie. But after 200 hours, it finally came to life. Welcome to the video. I'm Matt, aka Silverpunk. Bit of a serious start, but it had to be for this one. I'm sure you've all had it before yourselves. I hope you'll find this useful. When you're trying something you've never done before, you're full of anticipation, excitement, but also it can be hell as well, can't it? Let's be honest. When you're trying to, I don't know the best way of saying it, when you're trying to go to the next level. Now, with this port, I was taking it to the next level. Everything was new. And in the end, we got there. We did get there. So, I'm so sorry. That's my daughter. 1 second. Gabby's Doll's House or Peppa Pig? Gabby's Doll's House one. Right, so where was I? Yeah, this silver port, there was a beginning. We got to the end and it worked out. Yeah, we done okay. But obviously, if there's an end, there's a beginning. And this is where it all starts. And it was this image here. I was scrolling through one of my favourite AI artists' images and I found this and it just stopped me in my tracks. So Matt from the future here, and I'm going to stop myself in my tracks again. Basically, all I do here, I'll just talk about the image that you can see on the screen and I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into a 3D print, and I do that using various processes. And I didn't want to bore you all about it here because I've just been watching it in the edit and I thought you don't really need to see all this, so we're just going to fast forward through to get to the cool bit when I start playing with the sand and the molten metal. So let's get straight onto that. So here we are, like the text said, 3 weeks later, and yeah, everything's printed out, everything's ready to go. And the reason it took me 3 weeks, something that kind of slipped me by. I knew it was there. Was just the sheer size of the thing and the actual cost. I mean, I was trying to work out how much silver I needed, and I thought this was going to be about 65 ounces in total. So as you can imagine, that's a massive outlay just in material costs. So I had to save up. There's a saying is that I was robbing Peter to pay Paul, and eventually I managed to scrape enough money together to get the grain that I needed, and this is where we are now. We're in the casting bench, in the casting lab, and we're just starting to do one of the panels. Now, this process took me a whole week to do the actual pouring and the sand cast, because obviously I've only got so many flasks. I think it was 6 or 7 flasks. I have bought more since, just because of this project's opened my eyes, so I could only do 6 panels a day. Then of course, sandcasting is a process. I mean, it's pressure, patience, and I'll be honest, sometimes the silver doesn't care what you want. It'll either fill the mould or it doesn't. So I had some failures. So a couple of days I only managed to get 5 panels out. So it was mega frustrating, and I'll be honest, I haven't showed it on film. This one I'm showing on film now is going splendidly well, but I did have some fails, as I've just mentioned. And again, just about, I'd say about, when I got to panel about number 7 or 8, I was thinking I should throw the towel in here. This is, why am I doing this? Why am I stressing myself out? Why am I pushing myself? You know, I mean, I don't have to do this, but I say I don't have to do this. I kind of had to. I just had to. I mean, I lost count of how many ounces I remelted, but I just kept telling myself, just one more panel, one more win, a bit at a time, and we'll get there. And yeah, mentally, physically, creativity, it was a struggle. It literally was a struggle. And you know, it's not for the money. weren't for the show. No one asked me to do it. I just couldn't stop, and the idea was just burning in my head like I'm warming up the songs here. Ecstasy. I just had to finish it because if I quit now, I'd never forget myself. And if I quit doing this, what else am I going to quit? When it starts getting hard, you just got to go for it. And as you can see here, this is one pour. You've got some more flasks in the background, and I just went for it. And I just, you know, I stopped filming some parts, of course. Not because I forgot, but I just didn't want to show. I did feel pretty deflated. But you keep going, even if you have the mistakes. Just a tiny win, slowly and surely, panel by panel, and the piece started to come together. I mean, God knows what hour I'm on now. I said in the video title 200 hours. When you add up all the printing, the designing, the casting, time at the assay office, how long the box is going to take to make, we're way over 200 hours, but I needed a figure, so I plucked that out the air. But, you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and we're getting there, and as you can see, another panel, another one poured. So, yeah, I'm just so grateful that I could do this and share it with you. This never stops being cool, does it, the quench? I mean, you must have done it. If you've ever poured your heart into something that didn't really make sense to anyone else, you've chased an idea long past the point of reason, you'll know how it feels. I made this piece for myself to prove it to myself that I could do such a piece of art, and hopefully this might have inspired you. You know, hopefully this will inspire you to have a go at stuff. You know, everyone to some extent in the middle of their own impossible project, and it's okay to be tired, and it's okay to rest, but you just got to keep going. You just have to keep going. And what I'm doing here, it's just part of the process now. I'm just making sure that all the panels fit together, because I've cut the sprues off, and we've got to sand them, and this is done all by hand. And again, this is just hours of work, just making sure they fit together. I sand them with the little files, and I use sandpaper, and we make sure they all fit together. And it's just part of the process, a little at a time. I think there's a saying, I can't exactly remember what it is, but it's something to do with eating an elephant. You can, is that right? Yeah, you can eat an elephant, but you have to do it one chew at a time, one bite at a time. And that's what this is. This was just one edge of one panel at a time, and slowly and surely it all come together. And folks, if I can do this, if I can do something like this, you can do stuff as well. If you've got the same mindset, you can do it. So don't doubt yourselves, just go for it. Don't listen to that little voice, the little voice that goes, oh no, you can't do it, oh why are you doing it, you're not good enough, this is out your league, you're out your depth. No, don't listen to that voice. Go for it, do it, trust in your instincts. And as you can see there, halfway through, we're getting there. And this is the part of the whole, I don't know, artistic process that worries me the most, because obviously now they're going off to assay testing, and if they fail, then it's like you got to start all again, because the silver hasn't passed the standard it needs to be. So this always worries me. So yeah, as you can probably tell, a bit nervous, but now I've got a 20-minute drive, half-hour drive, traffic depending, to get to the Birmingham assay office, and I feel a bit of relief, because I want to say the hard work's done, and I'm just full of anxiety now about it getting hallmarked, and I don't know why. I send stuff all the time, as you know, to get hallmarked, and touch wood, I've never had a problem, never ever had a fail. I just so don't want this to be a fail, obviously. So fingers crossed we'll be okay. And I've took all measurements of it. Obviously I've got the weight, I've took the measurements of the actual, when it's all fitted together, how big it's all going to be. And I've got to start sourcing the box now. I've got a company in mind which does absolutely fantastic. They do absolutely fantastic whiskey boxes and that type of thing, like bespoke, you know, like when you get the really, I don't know what you call it, like the 20-year-old, 30-year-old whiskies and that type of thing. And they do some fabulous boxes. They've worked with some big watch brands as well, so hopefully they can help me with the case or the box. I've got a few ideas. I'll show you when I get back. I'll jump on the computer and show you some of the design ideas I've got. I've spoken to a couple of people in the Discord server, Stacker Social. They've given me some really cool ideas, so hopefully they'll come across. Now I've got all the measurements, I can send them all the details, and they can come back with, I'm guessing, a quote. I'm not sure how it works, never done it before. There's lots of first times doing an artwork this big. Just getting it in a case, because it has to have a case, it has to have a bespoke looking display case. So we've got all that to sort out, and of course I've got to look a little bit further down the line. I've got to sell this thing. I've now got to start thinking about, obviously, this video, and do some social media posts and get the word out there, because this, obviously, it's a massive pour, biggest thing I've ever done. Over 57 ounces. So yeah, these things take some selling. We need to start marketing it and get it out there so people know about it, because hardly anyone knows about it apart from a couple of folks on the Discord server who've seen the photo. So that's the plan today. It's absolutely baking, it's lovely. I'm so glad I'm not pouring today. Absolutely sweltering. But yeah, as I say, there's lots of firsts. Also, what's going through my mind, that's a bit anxiety. If I do come to sell it, then I've got to get it to the person. So that'll mean the shipping. Now, these things, it's going to weigh. I mean, the box is going to weigh. As you know, it's 57 ounces to start with. So that's getting on for 2 kilos. And you've got to pack it. You've got the box, could be another kilo. It's going to be a really, really heavy parcel. So in the UK, it's not too bad. But if someone wants it abroad, then I need to look into how to get it there in one piece, safely tracked and insured. So lots of, I suppose these are good problems, aren't they? I'm having a bit of a whinge here, but they're nice problems to have, I'm guessing. Yeah, they are nice problems to have. I prefer to have these type of problems and other stuff. But fingers crossed, it'll that's all I can think about. All I've been doing is thinking about this thing. I've got a few other side projects going on, and then I can't concentrate. All I'm concentrating on is this 4-piece panel. That's all it is. 4-piece panel. This 16-piece panel. That's all I'm concentrating on. And hopefully we've put that to bed now. If I can get that, if I can imagine the box in my head, I can see the box that I want. I either want like a high gloss, if you can imagine a high gloss white finish with just a Silverpunk logo in the middle on the top of the case, and then you open that up, and again, it's very plain. I want the quality of the piece to speak. I want to give the person that 10 seconds when they open the box that takes the breath away. So I want the packaging to be minimal, if you think like a bit like what Apple do and that type of thing, very, very minimal, but you open it and it's like, yeah, look at this. And like when you open the lid, maybe a red velvet lined interior or red leather interior, I'm not sure yet. I think I'll be guided by the box place, and hopefully this one I've picked can do this. I mean, I'm literally reaching out to them cold. It's, you know, so yeah, lots of, you'd have thought the pour was the hard bit. For me, it's all these bits afterwards, trying to source the right box, because it all matters. It really, really matters, this stuff. So fingers crossed we can get there. So we've got about another 15 minutes to go. So we are then, folks, we're pulling into the famous jewellery quarter in Birmingham. It's changed quite a bit since I remember it over the years, but here we are, and we're just going to pull up now to outside the assay office, just down the street here. Parking is always a nightmare, because I'm just going to bang it here in the loading, because the council, in their genius, or whatever you'd like to call it, if I just take you off there, they've put a cycle lane all down that side of the road. That's a cycle lane, and that's the assay office there, that big grey building there, and that's the door I'm going to be going in now and drop these off. So I'll see you when I'm back at home. So we're exactly a week later, and as you can see, I'm back at home on the computer, and I'm happy to say that I've done that journey again to the assay office and picked the panels up, and they all passed. So huge sigh of relief. So now we're on to the next part, is finding the box. I kind of had a bit of a change of heart since that conversation I had with you in the car. I thought I wanted to go for more of a wood grain, and I found this company called Moran's Wood Components. So I reached out to them, and we had a couple of emails, and unfortunately they're quite a big company, and they have a minimum order 50 pieces. So obviously I don't want 50, I just need one. But they did send me some details of another company who could help me, and they're called Hawthorne Fine Boxes. So we looked these guys up, and look at the quality of the work here. Then I was thinking, yeah, this is more like it. I want more bespoke, handmade, smaller company, just like me, an artisan. But unfortunately I had the same thing again. They weren't taking no orders until next year. But they've got a good friend called Noel who does exactly the same thing, makes boxes, and they sent me his details, and I reached out to Noel, and he's such a lovely chap. As you can see here, this is his Instagram. Really, really cool. He makes all handmade furniture, boxes, you name it, he can do it, and it's just lovely. And I instantly, you know, just when you get that feeling, I instantly thought, yes, Noel's the man. It's going to work. All my panels are made by hand, the antique, the old processes, the ancient sand casting. And all his stuff's done by hand as well. And it's just such a good fit. So that's what we're going for now. So all what I'm waiting for now is the box, and it's still in production. As you can see here, I'm actually going to have Silverpunk signed on the lid of the box. He's doing all this with veneers and inlays, and it's going to look very, very cool. This is just a rough go that you can see there. Yeah, I can't wait. But obviously I don't want to hold the video back. So the part of the video that I'm pretty much sure all you guys and girls want to see is, what does it actually look like? So here it is. Here's the reveal of the silver Ecstasy 16-piece panel.